When citing scripture or other sacred texts, there are a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, terms like Bible, Talmud, and Quran are not italicized or put in quotes. They are simply capitalized. The first time you reference scripture, you must indicate the title of the edition, the editor, or the translator. Usually it's the title of the edition. Do this either in the text or in the citation. And of course you're going to make note of that on your works cited page as well. You also have to give the divisions of the work. When speaking of the Bible, that means the book, chapter, and verse numbers. All subsequent citations from the same book will only have the numbers. You don't have to have the addition. The books of the Bible, and in fact most famous works, such as Shakespeare, have officially approved MLA abbreviations, and you'll need to look those up. And then your works cited page should indicate any edition that you used. Okay, let's take a look at an example. So as always, you're going to begin with a good lead-in sentence, and there I have one. Eli's insistence that Samuel would tell him everything increased the young man's reputation as a prophet. All right, then we're going to open our quote and then type in our quote. Samuel grew up and the Lord was with him, not permitting any word of his to be without effect. Thus all Israel, from Dan to Beersheba, came to know that Samuel was an accredited prophet of the Lord. So that's the end of my quote. And I got this from the New American Bible. And that was from the first book of Samuel, and this is the approved abbreviation, chapter 3, verses 19 to 20, and parentheses, and it's a period. Okay, New American Bible should be italicized because that's the title. Whoops. Wrong thing. There we go. So there is my properly done citation. So how would we include this entry on our works cited page? Because we don't have names for the authors in the way that we typically understand that idea, we skip the author part and we begin with the title. So the title of work goes in italics and it's followed by a period. Next, we have information about the translator, the editor, or the compiler with the name listed first to last. And of course, instead of the word translator, we use lowercase trans period. Instead of editor, ed period. Instead of compiler, comp period. The third thing we include is the city of publication followed by a colon. Fourth is the publisher followed by a comma. Then the year of publication followed by a period. And the medium of publication must always be included, of course, whether it's print or online, and then the edition used followed by a period. So let's see how ours would look. Let's move this down a little bit so you can see. So we call it the Bible. Whoops. The Bible. And that would be, of course, in italics. And this was the translator. Translator was, wants to capitalize that, but I'll fix that. The Catholic Bible Association of America. Period. Then it was in New York. The colon by the Catholic Book Company, comma, in 1970. Period. I used a print edition, period, and then I have information about the edition used. So the St. Joseph edition of the New American. Okay, and then I could go back and uncapitalize the things that need to be uncapitalized. Sometimes the computer thinks it's smarter than we are. Alright, and of course, because this is my works cited page, I have to have that hanging indent. So the first line is flush left and all subsequent lines are indented an additional ½ inch. And that's how you cite scripture or other sacred writing.